Hi, this is Anthony M. Copeland with another news update. I realise I don't need these on at the moment. Potentially the first official news update in a new series. There was one before this technically, but you'll probably only see it if you've already joined the Games and Geekery Discord server. So the first item of news is the new series itself. It was suggested I could make a GnG news series after I posted the pilot episode, but I wasn't sure at the time what I'd do with it. I could have done fake news articles set in the fantasy world I'm using as the setting for my D&D campaigns, but that didn't really feel right since Dungeons & Dragons seems to be losing popularity lately. I'll be happy to tell you why I think that is if you're interested. Leave a comment below. Just this morning, as I was driving, I had a realization. If you've known me for a while, you may have heard me mention that Games and Geekery started out as a gaming club in Kidwelly before the COVID outbreak forced me to make a Discord server and offer online D&D campaigns. However, that's not the whole story. I originally came up with the name Games and Geekery when I was in America and trying to become a successful blogger. I'd started out writing for someone else. They taught me how to use WordPress and told me that if the blog did well, we'd be paid for our work. I was excited about this and started writing about a different geeky topic every day. Eventually, though, I got frustrated about not getting paid and decided to try and launch my own blog, Games and Geekery, which is still live now. In fact, you might be reading the article as we speak. But anyway, sadly, I found it a lot harder to write a new article every day without any external motivation. So I found the main problem was that I didn't have an audience and I couldn't seem to generate one. But I do now, thanks to the Games and Geekery Discord server. So I'm thinking I could create a series of videos about the latest developments in gaming and the geeky world and what's happening in the Games and Geekery server. Some videos will dive into a single topic, while others will present the headlines and invite you, the audience, to tell me what you'd like to expand on more deeply. The second thing I wanted to mention, also regarding the Games and Geekery community itself, is the new game. As I've said before, it'll be a narrative-based role-play game for now. We may end up creating a system as we play, but as I said, for now it'll be the old no-money fun game I used to run for my friends. Yeah, that means no subscription fees. The way it works is simple. I begin the story, describing the setting, the historical context, and the inciting event that calls the adventurers to action. Then the players take turns narrating their actions as their characters. The game is going to be set in the lands of fairy. My hope it will be sufficiently silly and whimsical to give us a light-hearted and fun escape from this scary reality that we're all living in right now. That's not to say there won't be bad guys and conflict. There absolutely will. But it will feel satisfying and comforting to thwart their cartoonishly evil plans. It'll be heavily inspired by European fae folklore, and I'm looking forward to starting the campaign in January. I also want to bring back playing other games to the online community. I'm still trying to figure out how to set up my board games in a way that online players can see the board clearly and decide what they want to do. So we may have to use an online board game simulator of some kind. But I do have the Pathfinder beginner set that I would like to learn with you all. And there may end up being 2 RPG campaigns going on if we like the system. And that's what's new for GnG, really. Elsewhere in the world of gamers and geeks, here are some of the headlines that caught my eye. Disney are going to do a reboot of the Star Wars sequels, starting with a new Episode 7. Do you think this will retcon Kylo Ren, Rey, Finn and Poe, or introduce an entirely new set of characters? Netflix now owns the WB/DC, Everyone's talking about what this means for the Snyderverse movies, but I'm wondering if we could see a Daredevil-style Batman series. Be pretty cool, right? And I also noticed that Bethesda admits to using AI in the production of their games. Are we really that surprised? Let me know which of these topics you want me to deep dive on, or suggest another topic you may have heard of that you want to see me talk about. Put that in the comments below. Thank you for your attention, and remember, no matter what role you play, have a good game.